All right, here we are again. And it's time for me to try out a new toy. What do we got today? Oh, we got a John Deere track loader. Hopefully it's not too different from an excavator and a backhoe and all them other nifty things I've operated. All these cool little boy toys. So that's what we're going to be working with today to do the gravel that I had delivered a few days ago. So that's what's going to be happening, and I'll get back to you with some action later. Before I start on the boy toy, I wanted to show something else. The HVAC guys just left for lunch and told me I needed to check out the basement. So I came down to see what they did. And my wife was interested in this stuff called spiral ductwork. I wasn't really familiar with it, but she wanted it down here. And I can see why now. The stuff is really cool. It's kind of, if you want to leave things exposed, it adds like a decorative look to it. And it is really neat. I am real impressed with this stuff. I never expected anything like it. So if you've never seen spiral ductwork like me, this is what it looks like. They got a piece of it laying on the floor here, and I'll just give you a closer look at it here. That's it. Spiral ductwork in the basement. Pretty neat. Now back to the boy toy adventure. Okay, I'm about to get into this little beast. See what happens. Pretty tight little squeeze here. After being used to backhoes and excavators, this is a first for me. You get a little older and you're not as flexible as you used to be. Okay, I made it in. So from what I understand, you got one lever for forward, backward, left, right, and one lever to control the bucket. I think all these buttons on the top probably don't matter because they're for attachments that you can put on. So let's see if we can figure out how to start this thing. Looks like something up here. That's the one. A parking brake up here. So let me get this door shut. Just check some of the things out here. We gotta have the bar down. I just found that out because the brake won't release. So we got that. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks really weird. They have arms alongside of you raising up like that. Just gonna test out a few things here. Really good visibility along that edge. I want to see if there's something that tells you when the bucket's level, because I don't really see that offhand. Usually you see that on a backhoe. But I mean, the visibility is so good, I don't imagine you really need that. So I got the bucket with the teeth on it in case I wanted to tear up some of that uneven ground that I did when I backfilled the trenches that I dug. So let's see, we got forward and backward, hopefully. Yep. Forward, backward, left, right. Alright, I'll have to put the phone down now so I can use two hands and see how this goes. So this little toy takes some real getting used to, because you're used to using your foot to accelerate and keep the tractor moving while you're controlling the bucket. You can vary your speeds with your foot, but on these, all of your acceleration comes from, well, your acceleration is with your foot, but you have to make sure you're pushing forward and backward at the same time up here while you're controlling the bucket here. So instead of just a foot and a hand doing the operation, now it's a foot and two hands. And it's just trying to get that coordination going when you're used to how a backhoe works is very difficult. So I'm just playing on this pile for now, just try to get used to it. But once again, because so many things are being manipulated at the same time, I cannot hold the camera since I don't have any of the clip-on attachments at this point. So that's where it's at right now. So I found out I was making it a little bit hard on myself. If I keep my foot off the accelerator, it still has acceleration in the handle. You just can't go as fast. But at least you eliminate that third thing that you have to be doing, which is nice. So now I just have to control everything by the two levers. Some people are probably laughing at me, but like I said, I've never done one of these before. So right now I'm doing all of this with one hand. I've got the bucket in a float position. This switch right here, as you raise the bucket up, it will tilt the bucket in accordance with how high you are. Because if you don't use that button when you lift it up high, all that gravel will spill off the back of the bucket. So that keeps the bucket continually level while you're raising it when you push that button up there. But the precision of how you can get this right where you want it is just amazing to me. The patio's right over there. I just want to show you how perfectly this thing works. You can line it up perfectly to where you want it. Once you get close, you can just raise that bucket up and start trickling the gravel off. As you can see over there, I've got the gravel almost perfect just with the backhoe, so it saves a lot of hand work. So I'm just going to do that all the way along the front edge of the patio. The only thing that's probably pretty dangerous with these things is you cannot see anything out the sides or out the back. I have a new respect for these people that drive these regularly when they're like out in traffic. So when you look left, you see that. When you look right, you see that. And when you look behind you, you see that, but you can't really see much going on because it's hard to twist around that far backwards. All you've got is that little mirror up there to check out what's going on behind you, but it would be very easy for someone to sneak up around the tractor and you accidentally run them over. So Your awareness of your situation is highly, highly important when you drive one of these. So let me get back to it. So yeah, the precision that you can do with these things is just incredible. You can just move this bucket back and forth in fractions, side to side, forward, backward. So like when I get this gravel to the level I want by just slowly tipping that bucket, just let it flow until it gets to the level I want it to. And back it up a little bit. While you're backing it up, you can just slowly let the rest of it continue to flow. Just get it to where there's hardly any handwork at all. Just like that. Pretty nice. It's definitely the machine for the job. So I'm gonna wrap it up for today. This is the edge of the patio. That's the gravel where the pile was. Got that all flattened out there. And as I showed you before, I was taking that bucket and filling up along the edge. So we got the edge all nice and full. Just got to do some handwork now to angle that off so it looks nice. And then I went around the side of the house over here. Just started filling some of that area up there to start to create a ramp from the garage down. But there's probably not any reason to do too much fancy work, because there's probably got to be some kind of a retaining area on the side to stop that gravel from coming this way. So like I said in an earlier video, it's probably going to take 2 or 3 loads to finish that. That's one load, and as you can see, the ramping isn't the best. It kind of slumps down in the middle and stuff, but I just wanted to get a start on that. So that little track loader, it's quite the machine. Really powerful, and you can be so accurate with it when you're that close to the bucket and able to see so much of what's going on. So just want to conclude it there for today. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. God bless.